have a moment of silence to get me out of the way. All right, my name is Billy Stone. I'm a grateful recovered drug addict. Man, I'm nervous.
It's okay, we love you, brother.
Right. So, I'm 45 years old. I've been a drug addict all my life. I don't know what's sitting here. So, I'm just going to give you a little history about it. I want to share my experience, my strength, and my hope with you. That's I know what to do. Right here. All right. Again, I'm 45 years old. My name is Billy Stone. I started doing drugs at the age of 9 after Ozzy Osbourne concert. Smoked my first joint. That's all I remember. It took off from there. Mind altering, anything mind altering. I was garbage disposal for anything. I remember huffing gasoline at the age of 38 years old, because it was a Sunday. I lived in Arkansas. I didn't have no drugs. I wanted something to take me out of myself. I just couldn't be without anything mind altering. I wasn't comfortable in my own skin. I don't even really remember looking at myself in the mirror for 15, 20 years. I spent 11 years and 8 months in the Ohio Adult Rehabilitation and Corrections. I had a 3 15-year sentence for robbery. I got caught up with a couple other guys, and we all got sentenced to 3 15 years in 91. I come from a pretty poor family. I didn't know how to survive in there, and I was a little dude, and I got bullied on a lot, man, when I was young. I never felt just like a person before me was sharing. I always had that hole right here, man, where I just didn't fit in. I didn't come from no family, my family's in Southern Ohio. I was just sharing that with a friend, Art, this morning, that broke some exact same things, and I'm still struggling with that a little bit. Like I know that I got to forgive them, have peace, but all my life, man, I've just been getting high, anything mind altering. I was in spirit behavior disorder classes when I was young. I was in and out of psychiatrists on Ritalin and stuff like that. I was always, made to believe that there was something wrong with me, man. And I just, was hyperactive. I was locked up at Faircrest Detention Center 37 times by the time I was 18 years old. And, I felt like, I just got thrown away a lot, man. I didn't have really no kind of role models growing up. I'm the oldest of 5 kids. Just bear with me, y'all. So, around 2011 is my first time ever wanting to get clean, and I checked in a place called Salvation Army Adult Rehabilitation Center, the ARC program. It was free. I didn't have no insurance. I didn't know nothing about it. I stayed 30 days. I ran. Real good at running. I ended up going back, and I got about 5 months clean, and I was still wanted by the law for domestic violence. And the closer, when I was at this rehabilitation center, I got chosen out of 60 people. There was 2 of us that got chosen out of 60 people that, to go to this spiritual retreat. It was my first encounter with God. I got saved, and it was a weekend thing in the Pocono Mountains, Pennsylvania. And so when I got back, I felt like a cheat because I didn't feel like everything was right with me, man. I was still running from the law, and I'm in this program, So 5.5 months into that program, I checked out, and I turned myself into Stark County Jail. And, I had a big problem with this domestic violence because really all I did was punch the window. My girlfriend got cut right between the eye and the nose and got 2 stitches. And it could have blinded her, man, but I wasn't thinking about none of that. She was behind the curtain. I punched the window. To me, domestic violence is beating up a woman, beating up or something like that. And I had a big problem with that, man. So I ran from that case for 2 years, man. I sold everything I owned, man. All my tattoo equipment, thousands of dollars worth of tattoo equipment. 2006 Harley to Dope Man, everything to Dope Man. Then I turned myself in. I went and did it 10 months. My girlfriend said that I had to be responsible. She wasn't going to be with me pretty much, you know. I'm still with that woman to this day. So I went and did my 10 months, and while I was there, I started going to NA meetings. You know, I didn't want to run with it. I didn't do no tattoos. First time ever to join, I didn't do no tattoos. And because, man, when you're really not doing drugs, you don't need a lot of extra money like that for things, you know, especially in the joint. Everything's paid for, man. So I started getting some recovery in me a little bit more. When I got out, it was a bad deal. You know, my girl had left me about 2 months before I got out. For me, writing her and telling her I'm going to get out. You know, we're going to do drugs, and you're going to tell me how bad you did and stuff that way. You know, and that shit backfired on me. And so about another 10 months of messing around, and 11 different times at the crisis center, the detox crisis center unit. It took me 11 times to get through there, man. And like the last time, I remember them showing me pictures of all my previous times and how much I aged and, you know what I mean, self-destructive behavior. And I couldn't figure out why I could never make it from the detox unit. The reason I couldn't make it because I never really totally surrendered. I always went there for my girlfriend or to have a relationship with my kids or for my mom to still be proud of me at 40 years old, you know what I mean? Like I just never felt like, you know. So this last time at the detox center, it was July 14th of 2015. So I'm almost 15 months clean. I totally surrendered. I went there for me this time. The other thing I did is I took advantage of everybody that comes up in there. And I heard somebody come in there and share their experience trying to help from the Narcotics Anonymous program. And it took. I wanted what he had, man. Like, his story was just like mine, you know, how you've heard that. You're going to hear your story out there. And there was some guy to come in there that offered free rides to the Quest ReCore, intensive outpatient recovery. I'm like, man, I've tried everything else. I'm going to try this, Quest. And, you know, all these nurses know me and stuff like that from all the times in there. And I finally surrendered totally, and I took advantage of everything that they had offering this detox unit, man. Everybody that came in, I didn't just sleep in my bed and eat the damn cereal bars. You know, that's what I did all the other times. This time I was up and at it, and I was wanting recovery. Just didn't know how to get it. I didn't know how to reach out. You know, I'm Billy. You know, I was Billy Badass. I was a tough guy. You know, I didn't reach out. I didn't cry. You know, because I wore that mask too. So yeah, on this 11th trip, I got out and I took all the suggestions that they said. You know, get a sponsor, go to meetings, and I'm still doing that to this day, man. I try to do something for my recovery every day. I still hit 3 meetings a week. Narcotics Anonymous is what I'm a member of. But I'm also a member of this too, man, and I don't feel like I'm jumping around different fellowships because I do work the steps, 12-step working guide, and I do have a sponsor. I read a daily devotional. I believe in God. I read my Bible here and there. I'm still not really set on church. This is church to me. But yeah, so that, you know, that's how it used to be, man. You know, I really don't want to name all the drugs because you guys know the deal, man. We know how to use. It's everything, man. Whatever you have, we're doing it. And I was a tattoo artist, so I was never, I always had a crowd with me, man. You know, I brought the party. I was just discussing that this morning too. How, you know, the friendships wasn't real, man. None of the people were in my life today, and that's a good thing. So, what I do for my recovery is I go speak at the detox unit every other Sunday at 2 o'clock. I chair a meeting right here behind this, the Sunday night meeting at 8 o'clock. Those two of the things that I do for service work to give back. I work with my sponsor and do step works, and you know, and I got a few close friends from this recovery, you know, to kind of, you know, they're sort of mentors for me too, you know, and kind of explain, you know, what it's all about, and pretty much just showing me how to live, man, and showing me, you know, just showing me how to live the right way, man. Like, man, I still can't, my mind's still blowed. I got paid yesterday. I went to the gas station, man, and before, man, I'd be scraping up a few dollars to put gas up in the car or something like that. fill it up, man. Like, there's no stress there, man. I work for a painting company. I've been there 7 months now. Man, I'm totally stable. I just bought me an $8,000 bike. God works through other people for me, man. He's blessed me in ways that, I couldn't even tell you. I don't care if I had a couple hours up on this stage. I got my grandson with me today, man. Like, who would have known I'd be rolling around with my grandson out to breakfast, with a couple buddies, like stuff like that. It's just, I don't know. 7 months ago, I lost my mother to cancer. Lung cancer and esophagus cancer. You only get one mom, man. I was always spent my whole life trying to make her proud of me. She never liked tattoos, none of this kind of stuff. I could never make this lady proud. I felt like she always picked my other two half-brother sisters over me. Like I was just discussing where I felt like that was, the first chapter of her life or whatever. So, you guys gotta excuse me for jumping around a lot, man. I'm still super, super nervous up here, man. I'm really emotional. So I lost my mother, right? Well, I got to spend the best 5 weeks of my entire life with my mom in the hospital up here at Albany. She was the only one up on the cancer floor that had a Christmas tree. This last Christmas, I spent Christmas with her. I got to make amends with my mother. We got to get it all out there. Everything. That was some of the hardest shit I've ever had to deal with in life. But I didn't get high. So 2 months goes by, my mom's passed away. I'm still grieving over that. I'm still holding a job down full time, 2 jobs at that time. I quit one of them to spend time with my mother up there. Every chance I had, I was up there with my mom. So 2 months after that, my 3-year-old granddaughter, Haley McHugh, gets murdered and beat to death by her dad. Now, she's a part of my recovery, too, in the beginning, because she used to go to meetings and hang out with me, like my grandson is his sister, baby sister. And it was just so cool, man, having the responsibility to have my little granddaughter with me at the meetings, and nobody worried about me stopping off to get high or anything like that. My stepdaughter trusts me with the kids and stuff like that. Just being Paul, man, I love that. I love having that responsibility and that intimacy with my grandkids, So I go through all that kind of stuff, man. I still didn't get high, I'm starting to realize, I'm starting to get to know who I really am, and I really am pretty strong. So about 4 months ago, 2 months after that, man, this is the first year in recovery, people. My baby brother, 41 years old, passed away from pancreatic cancer. It leaves me 5 nieces and nephews. That was my baby brother. That was my best friend, man. He was always stable, man. He was sort of like my big brother. He was big, like tiny, man. Everybody thought he wasn't my big brother. He acted like my big brother. I had OD'd twice in Dayton, Ohio, a little over a year ago, and I OD'd, died, came back, and went back and OD'd again. Don't ask me what makes people, do stuff like that. But I called my brother and I said, man, I feel like this is my last road trip ever. Because I'd get my tattoo guns and just take off and try to see shit. And he said, what do you want me to do for you, Bubby? I said, man, get me home. Give me a bus ticket, come and get me. I feel like I'm going to die down here. I'm caught all the way off in it. I'm staying in the dope house, blah, blah, blah. My baby brother come and got me. He's there 24 hours later, man. And I really feel if he wouldn't have come and got me, I wouldn't be right here to speak to you guys, He saved my life. And once again, I didn't get high. I did not have to get high and run to deal with this stuff, man. Today, Billy loves him some Billy. I conceded in no way, man, but I love myself. I look myself in the mirror. I'm always taking mental inventory, man. I'm reaching out, treat people the way I want to be treated. I'm not a tough guy. I really got a big, gentle heart, man. I just was doing it the wrong way, I like to be involved in anything to do with my younger generation and recovering drug addicts, man, are some of the most kindest, realest, compassionate people, in my experience.